All right, the dictionary defines why as a question concerning the cause or reason for which something is done or achieved. How many of you have been asked the question of why today? Nobody? Come on. Okay, well, my question to you is, why do we have to have a reason for the path we choose in life? Sometimes a goal just seems right to want to achieve. Some call this a gut feeling. And sometimes we get so caught up in trying to answer the question of why that an opportunity passes us by. And I say this because the question of why has been asked of me a lot. Not because people are rude or nosy, but because I have taken a rather unique career path. I grew up in a normal home. I'm the daughter of educators. I went to a great school. I studied dance for 15 years, and I sang and I danced my way through high school musicals. And though I've always had a love for performing arts, I've had an even greater love for history. And really, ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to be a high school history teacher. And though this is what I do today, my path to get there is a little different. And I realized that if I had taken the time to always think about why along this journey, I wouldn't have the opportunities that had come my way. Sometimes the question of why answers itself along the way. So, how does one come to work for the CIA Counterterrorism Center, become a special agent with the FBI, and finally a high school history teacher? I think that this question is best answered through my journey by describing it in scenes that began in college. Scene 1, I'm sitting across from the dinner table with my parents. I'm a senior majoring in history at USC, go Trojans, sorry. Majoring in history at USC, and I tell my parents that I've accepted the opportunity to go and intern for the Senate Minority Leader Tom Daschle in Washington, D.C. Now, he's from South Dakota, I am from California. So, of course, my parents asked me why, and my answer is, why not? It might be fun. Scene 2, it's January 2000, and I'm standing in the receiving line at the State of the Union. I'm surrounded by senators, newsmen, congressmen, and I'm waiting to meet the then President of the United States, Bill Clinton. I expect him to just walk by, shake my hand, take my picture, and move along. Much to my surprise, shock, horror, whatever you want to call it, he actually stops and he asked me a question. And his question was, why did you intern from a senator from South Dakota when you're from California? Fair question. I'd like to tell you that I had a super profound response for him. I didn't. All I could say, my 21-year-old self could say, was, he's interesting. The real answer to that question was a best friend of mine had told me if I wanted to meet you, I should go ahead and intern for the senator from South Dakota. Well, I did, and I did. See, don't let the question of why give you tunnel vision throughout your life, because an opportunity like that could pass you by. Scene 3. I receive a letter from the CIA telling me that I've passed all the background checks and passed all the interviews, and they're offering me a letter of employment upon my graduation from college. I have 30 days to decide. Whoa, wait. I went to college to be a high school history teacher. Why did I apply for the CIA? Why am I even working for the CIA? Why? I honestly don't know. Scene 4, September 11th, 2001. My current location is CIA headquarters in Langley, Virginia. Due to security reasons, we do not have access to the open internet at CIA, so I was unaware, actually, that the first plane had hit the World Trade Center. But my secure phone rang, and it was a coworker. He was telling me to turn on my closed-circuit news feed. I did so just in time to see the second plane hit the World Trade Center. I spent the next few days sleeping at the CIA and the next few holidays missing Thanksgivings and Christmases, only to spend them fighting the war on terror. Scene 5. I'm in the jump seat of a 20-passenger jet crossing over the Himalayas in between the border of Uzbekistan and Afghanistan. We can't land our plane because there's a shootout going on the tarmac in Kabul, Afghanistan. So we circle the airport for about 2 hours until we absolutely have to land the plane. I run out of the plane into a bulletproof SUV that whisks me to my home for the next 5 months. Am I scared? No. Why? I don't know. Should be. Scene 6. Somewhere in the Middle East, I'm sitting face to face with a known terrorist who was just caught after committing a large-scale civilian bombing that was widely covered in the media. Most people ask me at this point if I was scared. I actually say no, which, you know the drill, begs the question of why. You also know the drill, I don't know. Scene 7. I'm in the final PT test, or physical training test, at the FBI Academy in Quantico, Virginia. I pass, and 2 weeks later, I become a special agent with the FBI, stationed in a California field office. Now, the decision of why I left the CIA was an easy one. I loved working the counterterrorism issue, and I loved my colleagues, but I no longer wanted to spend my life living overseas. Working at the FBI would allow me to pursue my love of counterterrorism while still remaining stateside. Scene 8. It's 2005, and I'm sitting outside the door of a dangerous gang member, waiting to arrest him. I'm clad in my bulletproof vest with my badge and my gun and a shotgun in my hands. Am I scared? No, but that might have something to do with the shotgun. Just saying. Scene 9. I make the decision to leave the FBI and to go and pursue my master's degree in education. Why? Because this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. Final scene. I'm walking across the stage to receive my master's degree in education. I received the award of Master Students of the Year, and my thesis is published in an educational journal. Now, why did I do this? Because this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing with the rest of my life. My point is, if I had stopped to always think about the question of why, I may have become completely paralyzed with fear or realized just how out of character these career choices were for me. Now, I am not saying that you guys shouldn't think before you act. You absolutely should. But don't allow the question of why to dictate how you lead your life. Sometimes the best answer is because. Thank you.